Have you ever caught yourself writing important, important, important in the same paragraph, or saying good, good, good 3 times in a row? We've all been there, at least as a beginner. Well, today we are fixing that for good. Because by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to pick the right words in the right context with the right emotional tone. It makes the difference between sounding okay or genuinely sophisticated in English. Let's dive in. First, why does this even matter? 3 reasons. Synonyms prevent repetition. They express subtle differences because they are not perfectly interchangeable. Each one carries its own nuance of meaning. And they make you sound natural, the way fluent speakers actually do. But here's the trap. People open a thesaurus, grab something fancier, stick it in, and it sounds wrong, because every synonym has its own formality level, its own emotional charge, its own context. That's exactly what we're unpacking today. Let's focus on adjectives for this part, and start with formality. Get this wrong, and everything else falls apart. Take big. That is a big change. Simple, direct, and conversational. They own a large estate, neutral and balanced, perfect for everyday work or journalism. That constitutes a substantial modification that is precise and professional, ideal for legal or academic contexts. Same core meaning, 3 completely different registers. So rule number 1, match your synonym to your context. Academic paper, go formal. Text your friend, stay casual. Business email, aim for neutral to formal. Now, connotation. This is the hidden layer. 2 words can mean the same thing, and yet one is a compliment and the other is an insult. Words aren't just definitions, they carry feelings. Notice how the vibe shifts here. Take the sentence, she has a slender figure. That sounds elegant, even flattering, right? But if we change the word to he looked scrawny, it's suddenly not a compliment anymore. We see the same thing with personality traits. If I say she's confident, we find that admirable. But if I say she's arrogant, she immediately becomes insufferable. Same reality, completely different emotional signal. So rule number 2, pay attention to connotation. Let the word carry the tone, so you don't have to spell it out. And finally, intensity. Think of it like a volume dial. With happy, there is content, pleased, happy, delighted, thrilled, ecstatic. But don't crank the dial up just to sound impressive. For example, I'm ecstatic about this cup of tea. No, just no. Match the word with what you're actually feeling. Alright, let's get practical. Here are the words doing way too much heavy lifting in your English and how to retype them. Important. Ask yourself, what kind of important? Essential, you cannot do without it. Water is essential for human survival. Crucial, high stakes, success or failure situations. Clear communication is crucial during a crisis. Significant, highlights measurable, noticeable impact. The team made a significant improvement in their sales figures. Pivotal, there's a turning point. Something shifted because of this. That one conversation was pivotal in changing her career path. Very plus a basic adjective. Just cut it and use a stronger word instead. Very tired becomes exhausted. Very angry becomes furious. Very happy becomes thrilled. The stronger word does the job alone, and you no longer need very then. Good and bad. Be specific about what you actually mean. Instead of good, try excellent, compelling, outstanding, or remarkable. Instead of bad, try poor, dreadful, inferior, or terrible. The verbs say, especially in the past, instead of he said this, she said that. In formal writing, use stated, declared, announced, or asserted. In creative writing, use whispered, snapped, murmured, or bellowed. Each one paints a completely different scene. A lot and thing. These are lazy placeholders, but here are useful substitutes. Replace a lot with numerous, considerable, or substantial. Replace thing with issue, element, factor, or aspect. Be specific always. One last thing, don't overdo it. The sustenance was delectable. Nobody talks like this. It sounds bizarre. The food was delicious. Instead, that's natural, clear, precise. That's the one you want. The goal is never to sound impressive, it's to sound accurate. The right, natural word is always the most powerful choice. Now, if you want to keep building on this, exercises, vocabulary lists, grammar deep dives, everything you need for the TOEIC or TOEFL exams, or just everyday English, head over to erosophia.eu. Drop your questions in the comments, I'd be happy to respond. See you in the next one.